What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Dope. All right, man, look. You can't say Errol Spence without saying Terence Crawford. And you can't say Terence Crawford without saying Errol Spence. Hold on, let me get coffee. So what I want to do in this video is compare the two, compare their resumes, okay? Now, we know that fight is going to be very difficult to make because Terence Crawford is with Top Rank. Errol Spence is with PBC, okay? So they both want to fight each other. It's just going to be hard to make that fight, all right? So my approach is to highlight their good victories in their resumes, make a case for them, and make a case against them. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments to assess what I'm saying and to come up with, you know, your own opinion of who has the better resume between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. All right, so let's start with Errol Spence. And let's make a case for him, okay? Now, he has Kell Brook. Not only did he beat Kell Brook, he TKO'd him by breaking his orbital bone, his cheekbone, and his ribs, okay? And he made Kell Brook quit. Lamont Peterson, in my opinion, was robbed against Danny Garcia. Errol Spence walked him down and knocked out Lamont Peterson. And we have Mikey Garcia, top 5 pound-for-pound fighter at the time, 39-0. He beat Adrian Broner, but Errol Spence beat that guy so bad that Mikey Garcia didn't land over 10 punches in a single round. The scorecards were looking like 120-107, 120-108, 120-108, stuff like that. Errol Spence outboxed him, and I think that was his best performance. All right, and in the future, we have Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. It looks like that fight is going to happen. Manny Pacquiao has never looked bad. He's an all-time great fighter. His last fight against Adrian Broner, he just whitewashed him, okay? So that's the case for Errol Spence. Now let's have the case against Errol Spence. Kell Brook, his face was already fractured in half, broken up, and was held together by duct tape after fighting Triple G. So that's why the orbital bone went so easily, cheekbone went so easily. So that's the case against that fight. A case against Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson was definitely smaller than Errol Spence, and he's not a top welterweight. The case against Mikey Garcia, it was his first fight at 147, jumping up 2 weight classes from his last fight against Easter at 135, and he didn't knock him out. A case against Manny Pacquiao in a future fight. Manny Pacquiao is in his 40s, and he can age overnight. So that's the case against Errol Spence. Now let's talk about Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, the case for Terence Crawford was Gamboa. He beat the hell out of Gamboa, dropped him a few times. The third case for Terence Crawford is he unified at 140. That was a huge accomplishment, hasn't been done in a long time, okay? Also, a case for Terence Crawford is he beat Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn, he has a victory over Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford will be fighting Amir Khan in the future, one of the better fighters of this current era. All right, so here's the case against Terence Crawford. Gamboa was inactive. He wasn't fighting that often before he fought Terence Crawford, and definitely too small for Terence Crawford. At 140, the champions that he unified the belts in beating, none of them were in the pound-for-pound list, so they weren't any great champions there at 140 that he defeated. Jeff Horn, according to many people and the general public, he won by robbery over Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao deserved that fight, and Jeff Horn wasn't a top welterweight. Amir Khan. Though Amir Khan was one of the better fighters in this era, he's on the downslide, and his chin is made of glass. Okay, so as far as their resumes, okay, you can make a strong case for both fighters, and you can make strong cases against both fighters. I would like to ask you guys, have either Errol Spence or Terence Crawford done enough for you to see them guys as great fighters? And do you think that one has done more than the other? So I like to know, as far as, you know, my opinion, I'm one of those guys I'm able to look at a fighter regardless of who they fought, and I can tell they're a great fighter or not. But I hear many times in my comments, who has Errol Spence actually fought? He's overhyped. Who has Terence Crawford actually beaten? He's overhyped. So I want to ask you guys, when comparing both of their resumes, who do you think has the best resume? And ShowBizz the dope. I'm almost at 10K, man, subscribers. Thank you guys very much for coming by my channel, and we're gonna have many more videos and a lot of fun in the future. I'm out. Just the beginning.